Good morning, again. 7:34. Happy Tuesday to you. And we love the inspiring stories around the community, and there's a few, but one that we have heard, but we love listening to it. Luke and the Lost Bell. Megan Miller joins us this morning, founder of Next Chapter Station, author of Luke and the Lost Bell. Luke being a cancer survivor. How's Luke doing?
He's doing great. He skipped the radio interview to go to school this morning, so I don't know.
Smart kid.
I know we were going to have him on this morning, but he said he wanted to go to school, so here we are.
For those who haven't heard Luke's story yet, would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, absolutely. So 2021, when Luke was just 3 years old, we got the call that he had a lump kind of growing on his neck, and we got some biopsies, and he was diagnosed with T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma. It's a mouthful. So we went through a 3-year cancer journey with, chemo, different types of treatments, blood transfusions, everything that you don't want to go through with your 3-year-old. But as of 2024, he rang the bell. So we're going on almost 2 years cancer-free. And what better way to celebrate than, writing a book to help other parents and caregivers go through the same journey. That was kind of something that we realized when we were going through. There's lots of resources for cancer patients, but not a lot for the little kids, not a lot for, visual. There's a lot of negative talk that goes around cancer. So we wanted to kind of flip the script a little bit and, show caregivers and parents how they can kind of help their children go through this and navigate it through a fun story.
LukeandTheLostBell.com. That's the website, LukeandTheLostBell.com. And so after writing the book, because one of the aspects you have on the website, requesting books for hospitals and clinics, what's the relationship been like then to stick around with the hospital to encourage those going through cancer and other things since? What's that been like for you guys? Yeah,
there's one thing that they don't talk about is the kind of the adrenaline and the relief that comes after, surviving and ringing the bell. There's just a lot of a little undiagnosed trauma, and you're kind of digesting it on the other side. And so it's actually been very healing to work with the hospitals and the clinics and the family. And we've met so many incredible people along this journey. So it's been really inspiring to hear their stories and then also watch them, take the book and use it for the way that we wanted them to, as a resource and a guidance. And that's been our huge mission, is working on the distribution of the books to the hospitals and clinic. We've donated almost 250 books to this day. In the last year. So of course we're doubling it, because why not just add more to it? And that's why we're getting ready to launch our first golf classic to get some extra funds to really up our donations.
What's it been like watching Luke too? Because I imagine the maturity of him not coming to the radio to go to school. Right? You got to give him that first off. But so obviously speaks to his character.
Yeah.
What's it been like watching him?
He has taken so much personal pride in the book. He tells everybody that he has it. Usually authors sign their own books. I have probably signed maybe 3 of the books that we've distributed. He wants to sign all of them. He tells everybody his story. He named the main characters. He had a ton of input on the creation of the book and kind of what the stories were and things. So he's taken a lot. He's been telling everybody there's merch coming in 2026. And so he's not wrong. We're working on shirts and some keychains and some swag and stuff, but he's been telling everybody he's like, merch coming 2026. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He's created a monster.
Yeah, no, I love it though. If you ever go to one of the book signings or one of the events, he's there. He's like, okay, buy a book. And you know what? If you buy 2, that's good too. So
he hustles.
He does hustle.
Love it.
Yeah, we'll have him on the raffles for sure.
Yeah.
You can't say no to a blue-eyed redhead kid. I mean, yeah. But no, he's got a lot. He really is proud of it. And that's kind of what I want. I want him to have this legacy. It's his book. Eventually I kind of want to turn it over to him and see what he does with it.
Very cool. The Next Chapter Station Golf Classic is what you mentioned too, the opportunity kind of for that next chapter, if you would. How did the golf tournament come about, and give us the details on it?
Yeah, so my husband golfs. Luke is getting ready. He's doing lessons. So golf's kind of like a family thing. I do not golf. I'm a big supporter of golf.
2/3 of a family.
Yeah, exactly. I do really well in the golf cart. And so, I've done a couple golf tournaments with previous clients and different jobs. I was working with the 500 Club doing PR. And I had this idea. I said, this is a great way for us to raise funds, have fun, and really kind of, get our community together to, again, get the next chapter of our story out there, which is we have two major hospital donations and a major organization donation coming this year. So we definitely have to raise those additional funds to get those books into the right hands, because we have a wait list online. If you know a family that's going through cancer, all you have to do is slide into our DM, send us an email, send me a text, and at no charge, we give the families all the resources that they need for the book.
Shout out to Novant Health for being a sponsor of
Oh my gosh,
golf tournament
sponsors,
as well.
angels, they have been there since day one with us. We couldn't do it without them. We never want to do it without them.
And so for the tournament, it is coming up. It is in September 22nd. Are there still any availability for people to play or sponsor? Are there opportunities?
Absolutely. Always up until the last minute, at least 24 hours before, so we can get all the golf carts set up. But yeah, there's still opportunities to have teams. You can come as a single player, doubles, foursomes. And then, of course, if there's anybody that's out there that's interested in sponsoring, we're still taking those. And, of course, monetary donations just to get the books going.
And so the idea of the raising of the dollars. So what does this next chapter entail for what the dollars go toward? What's the goals?
Absolutely. All of the proceeds goes towards the distribution of the book. So it'll help us get into more hospitals. It's like, again, we have a pretty decent sized wait list of clinics that have requested books for their patients. We have families that are out there. Usually the families we turn around in like 24 hours because they need those immediately. But for the clinics and the hospitals, we have a wait list. So that'll help get those into distribution, as well as we're going to start working with other organizations and partnering up. There's a ton of great pediatric cancer organizations out there. So we'd like to, make some donations towards their organizations as well to kind of help everybody together.
I couldn't have, you're clearly a strong woman. You've got a strong family. I mean, I couldn't, imagine my son or my daughter, like getting that word of being diagnosed with cancer, but then you go through the process. And now this just years later in the journey, when you look back on all of it, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah. I mean, we've really taken the pain and turned it into a purpose. We've really been behind that. I think we had the discussion of, there's two ways you can go. You can get through this and move on, or you can get through it and make a scene. And, we've been to DC now twice talking to our senators and our legislators about, some of these cancer laws that are out there and different bills. So, I mean, we are taking the advocacy route 100%. We will continue. Luke's really excited. He's already asked about going to DC again. So he's definitely got the advocacy bug. And I think that's super important for us as a family to not forget what we went through and really make something of it. Because I believe you really go through everything for a reason in life. And this is, so far, this has been our reason.
And so for Luke these days, how old is Luke now?
He's going to be 7 in 2 weeks.
Gosh, 7 years old.
Going on 17.
Yeah. and so seeing him grow and want to engage with it, right? That's got to be a cool feeling too as a parent.
Oh gosh, absolutely. He's gone through so much in his small life, and he's really taken it into his own hands. And he's done Little League, he's done basketball, he's in drums, guitar. I mean, he wants to do it all. And I think at this age, it's really important for us to encourage all of that. But yeah, the fact that he wants to do some of the nitty gritty and, again, going to Washington, it's not like the funnest trip. We're in like the Capitol for like 15 hours.
Go to a bunch of meetings.
I mean, he's in a suit, but he rallies, he goes to all 7 meetings and he always raises his hand and he has his story and he tells it. And I think that's, important too.
Cool.
So
yeah, it's teaching him a lot too about just not just like what you said, turning that pain into purpose and using what you went through to help somebody else.
Yeah.
LukeandTheLostBell.com. That's the website, LukeandTheLostBell.com. The Next Chapter Station Golf Classic coming up on Monday, September 22nd. Now, the golf tournament's right. You worked for 500. They got to have all the fun stuff in between. The mulligans, the raffle. Give us those kind of the fun stuff that's going to happen.
Yeah, so we've got a great raffle. Some of our incredible sponsors. We've got Yeti. We've got Mellon over from Birkdale Village. Waterman is coming out with some great things. Universal Stone's got some really awesome things that are coming on. But my most favorite that I'm looking forward to is the Golf Pro Alex that most of you all know. He is going to be doing a $20 buy-in on hole 11 that he will drive for you. And it's 100% legal for our tournament. Whatever he gets you, you can put it on your scorecard.
All right.
There you go. And Alex can drive the ball pretty far.
He can. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
All right, so the tournament coming up again, September 22nd. That's a Monday. It'll be at the 500 Club. You've got the opportunity. You can register solo or team. You guys are taking both.
Yep, we're taking both. Yep, and Luke will be there as well.
Okay, it'll be a great time. Sponsorship, other opportunities are available as well. Want to give a shout out to Novant Health. Seeing the healthcare system and that kind of stuff, what's that been like for you guys in the journey?
They have been so good this entire way. I sit on their advisory council from the patient side. And then they have just, he just did his first stint at Camp Care. All the nurses, oncologists were there, which is an incredible camp out in Lake Lure for cancer survivors and kids going through treatment. They've just been there every day. We actually are going this afternoon for his checkup, and he's actually looking forward to it. And it's, it's just, they've been there this whole time. The healthcare system worked with us. Obviously we're an affiliate of St. Jude's as well. And, our experience has just been incredible. Novant Health is just, they hit it out of the ballpark every time.
What's Luke's favorite subject in school right now? Just out of
Oh
curiosity.
gosh, probably music.
Okay. Pretty good. Not
Yeah,
bad.
science, STEM they started STEM this year in first grade, and he talks a lot about that. So
Very cool. Luke and the Lost Bell. You can check out the website, lukeandthelostbell.com. Next Chapter Station Golf Classic, Monday, September 22nd, going down at the 500 Club. Megan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.